Spray it on the panel like that, so you can see how much dirt is coming off just that first wipe. And look at that, on the second wipe, there's hardly any dirt. So we cleaned it with the rinseless. There's no dirt left on the surface. One thing it won't remove is tree branches. Most people said it couldn't be done. There's no way to have a moderately low pH soap that cleans the car without touching it, but we've proven them wrong again. In the last video where we developed this soap sample, we've done it from, just the initial sample to where it didn't really work very good, all the way up to a point where I felt comfortable sending out samples. And then I sent out about 10 samples for people across the country, and then did some minor tweaks. So everyone was super happy. They were like, can't believe you figured it out. But we made a couple tweaks. So in this video, I'm gonna tell you the couple tweaks that I made, and then we're gonna demo it on this car right here that has seen quite a bit of dirt. So all that and more coming up in this video. The best collaboration in the history of the detailing industry just happened. That's right, Amazon / Jimbo's Detailing. All my Jimbo's Detailing products are now up on Amazon. So if you're a Prime shopper, you can get free shipping over on Amazon. I'll make sure to link below, but Jimbo's Detailing and Amazon, the collaboration of the century. Okay, so for when I started developing this, really all I wanted was a touchless wash, be able to foam a car and then rinse it and have it be very clean. And I wanted to do that without being damaging to any plastics around the car, so that you could do it often. But when I sent out the samples, I got some feedback, so we incorporated some new technology into it. So it can, yes, be foamed in a foam cannon, which is how I will use it probably multiple times a week. It foams great. You could use it in direct sun. It's all good, like a traditional car wash soap. It does not dry out your plastics. It does not harm raw metals. It's perfect, right? And when it hits the surface of your car, it's at around a pH of 8.5, which I think is really great. Most of these are like 14, 13, 12. Also, it could be diluted down and used as a waterless wash. So we increase the encapsulation ability. And so it can also be used as a waterless wash, which is very cool. It can be used in a foaming pump sprayer if you want. So where this is critical is if there's dirtier areas of the car, or maybe you're in a climate where it's wintertime and you get a lot of buildup on the lower half of your car, you can pre-soak it in something like a foam cannon, a pump sprayer, anything like that. You can pre-soak the lower panel of the car and then foam the entire car, and you're really gonna have a completely touchless situation, right? You can also use it in a bucket with a rinseless wash sponge, or you can use it as a rinseless wash. It is gonna foam a little bit, but you will see, even feel on your hands the lubricity of those. So let's one by one try it out, show it out, and I will show you how it works and how effective it is. So we will end with the foaming. So one of my favorite ways to use it is actually as a waterless wash. And so you could simply just spray it on the panel like that. And part of what I'm trying to do too, of not only sending out the samples, but developing it through these videos, is to accurately write the descriptions and the dilution ratios and all that. So I have to know, and one thing I found out so often with working, whether it's a product manufacturer or whatever, and this is where we get this discrepancy in the language on the back of the bottle not matching the liquid in the bottle, is that they don't know what they have, right? And so part of that is what I'm trying to do as well. So you can see how much dirt is coming off just that first wipe. And look at that, on the second wipe, there's hardly any dirt. So this was the first wipe, getting all the dirt. And then the second wipe, virtually nothing, which is what we want to see, because that's telling us that we're encapsulating the dirt, getting it all off. Probably should have done it on an easier part for you to, the rinseless wash we'll do up here so you could see, but there's quite a big difference there, and it's completely clean. So again, just showing a little bit of the rinseless or the waterless wash method. Let me grab my bucket. We'll do a rinseless wash. We'll do a rinseless wash up top here where there's this bird poop, but this is where pre-treating may come in really good. So we actually could do this. If you have a little bit of a waterless or you're foaming, you could pre-treat the bird poop a little bit. You could pre-treat those those tougher stains. And you can kind of already see it breaking down a little bit. It's breaking down the bird poop, so that when you come through with your rinseless, it's just gonna take it right off. Okay, let me show you something. So I'll flip to a side that's completely dry. This is where I think this product is phenomenal. So we cleaned it with the rinseless. There's no dirt left on the surface. That's where even Bryant says, wow. So that's where we've gotten this product that it's amazing, is that you really are grabbing all the dirt off the surface, which was just demoed, and I'll show you too through foaming it, but we just did a waterless wash, a rinseless wash, and it will be a little foamy. You could see it, but what I'm feeling in my hand is not where like an APC would dry things out. It's really lubricated. So great lubrication, great encapsulation. And again, this is a foaming car wash soap. This is where this started, a foaming car wash soap. Another area that they said it works really well, or the chemist actually had the idea, and he said, hey, if you increase the dilution ratio, you might be able to get some browning of the tires because of, you know, the chemical makeup of the product. And so I don't know if that's true, but Bryant's got a really good demo wheel. So what I want to see is at a higher dilution ratio, so it's 4:1, will it actually brown the tires? So this is a, doesn't have to be for this product. There's like, you know, I talk about it often. There's, what I do need is a new foaming sprayer. But there's like always a give and take when it comes to building out products. And so my first need and desire was for it to clean the paint. And I don't care as much about browning the tires, but I actually think we are getting some browning, unless that's the orange. Yeah. And it's quick browning at that. So again, it's like, I potentially could be shooting myself in the foot here with having one product that could be doing so many things, but I think it's worth it if you could replace your rinseless wash, you could replace your waterless wash, and now you could maybe replace your tire cleaner a little bit, because I already have the Pure Magic cleaner, which is really effective at cleaning rims, but it's not super effective at cleaning tires. And so when he said that, I'm like, whoa, this is pretty cool, because my whole thing is about efficiency and being able to have multiple products. But look down here, that is definitely browning the tire. And then also what I would do, so I'd probably take the foam, that's really foaming the tire. That's really browning the tire. That is cool. So that's at a 4:1 dilution. And then what I would do, so the car is pretty dirty. So what I would recommend is if you do have little bird poop around the car, just to pre-treat it like that, right? And then if you have down on the lower rocker where it's really dirty, you could either foam it. Really need a new foamer here, guys. This thing's broken. Or pre-treat it with your waterless wash, right? And so you're just gonna run through and kind of pre-treat the lower half of the panel. Look at that tire, guys. It's not drying out. I'm so excited by that. So I'm just gonna go through pre-treat, right? I'm gonna see right there if it browns right there. And then if you have, I mean, the bug guts aren't bad on the front. I'm gonna pre-treat half of it and not the other half to see how the foam does just by itself. Sorry, you're gonna get a mouthful. So that, is there any more bird poop? Maybe right there. Right there. And I'll leave this side without pre-treating it. Okay, so we have kind of a fair depiction here. But we can even see as it's drying, it's cleaning. It's not staining anything. I'm not too worried about that stain on the panel. I'm very happy with how that tire is doing. That's great. Because I look at it like this. You have the Pure Magic cleaner, which is hands down the best rim cleaner out there. If you could just have the soap, which again, the low pH, I'm not a chemist, but the benefit of having the low pH is that you could use it often without damaging stuff. But if you have any loose waxes or sealants or old waxes and sealants and you're kind of prepping a car for a coating, you could actually increase your dilution. So in a foam cannon, the dilution's like 7:1 or 4 ounces inside a foam cannon. You could increase that a little bit and it will probably remove the old waxes. But if you have a good wax or a good sealant on your car, good ceramic coating, and you use it at the intended dilution of 4 ounces in a foam cannon, 7:1, you're not gonna damage any of that. So you could use it often, right? So, all right, let's hook up the foam cannon. Let's spray this down. So we got it pre-treating the bird poop. It's looking good on the tire. Pre-treating the bottom section of this panel. Let's check and make sure the foaming is still good, which it is. I even have the foam cannon turned down, so it could actually be even foamier. One thing it won't remove is tree branches, just so you know. Got to be clear on those descriptions, you know? So another thing that I need to look at and need to assess is dwell time on the car. So, and making sure if the soap does dry on the car that everything's still fine and okay. And again, I'm not a chemist, but that's why I wanted to keep the pH low. One thing that just never made sense to me and where this whole thing started is, why is car wash soap pH neutral? We want to clean the car. I get that it adds some lubrication on the car, but why are we putting a solution on the car that isn't actually cleaning the car? That doesn't make any sense. So for those of you like me that are a little pH challenged, 7 is neutral, and that's where most car wash soaps are. And then like a carpet cleaner and all-purpose cleaner is gonna be maybe like 12, 13, or 14. Or the wash chems that we used one time, 12, 13, 14, something like that. Have to use a lot more soap, crazy bottle. So again, we're trying to fight chemistry a little bit, but this is just, been a fun project. But I'm watching this dwell, wanted to talk about that. I just don't understand why car wash soap is pH neutral, has no cleaning ability, doesn't really do anything for you. And the industry as a whole has just decided to, we're gonna innovate car wash soap by calling it mega foam, super foam, gigantic foam, more foam, runny foam, thick foam, shaving cream foam, snow foam. It's like, how about a cleaning foam? So, and look at the browning on the cement. That is super cool. All that's coming off. And we even see it underneath the car too. So this is all great news, because dirt, again, dirt coming off the car, right? Getting a little bit of browning on the tire. I imagine if I agitated that too, that it'd even come out even more. So dwell time currently is at about 3 to 5 minutes, depending upon your situation. So again, this is just kind of fun for me. I like to develop products, and so being able to develop and show my process is really fun. And I write the descriptions in my head as I'm talking. So I talk with the chemist, and then I try it out to validate his claims. And then from there, I'll write the descriptions that, I'll take what he says for dilutions. I do listen to him on that. And then I have the samples out for feedback. Everyone was super happy on that. And they just said, hey, we want it would be over the top if you can make it a rinseless wash too. And I was like, I never even thought about that. So we did that too, and that worked out pretty good. Waterless wash, I already knew that it could be a waterless wash. I just never thought about the rinseless. The tire browning, I didn't know. Anyway, I'm thinking out loud, but buying time. Buy-in time. So what do we have? We have foam that actually sticks to the car, which is great. I don't know where we've been at. I forgot to check the time. 3 minutes about? Probably. All right, let's rinse it off. Okay, so as you can see, the rinsability is great. So let's let it dry and then see where we're at. Well, what we could do right now, actually, is just, we'll wait for it to dry and we'll do an evaluation on all that. But we saw how dirty the hood was before. Not too bad, right? taking on another part. Where did we didn't pre-treat anything over here. Let's just see over here. A little bit of dirt still there, I guess, unless it's wet, but. So let's wait for it to dry and see how we did. That'll be the real determination. I got the bug on there. So yeah, let's let it dry and see what we came up with. I'm not gonna hit it with a towel or anything like that. I'm just gonna let it dry. Okay, so kind of interesting, kind of developing on the fly here. It didn't seem like this new sample, though we introduced some new attributes to it, it didn't seem to me, at least for this one car, that it cleaned the bottom half of the panel as good, even when we pre-treated. And so I'm a little conflicted in real time here of like, I felt like the previous sample cleaned better, but didn't have the ability to brown the tires and didn't have the ability to be used as a rinseless wash. And that's where a lot of this give and take comes in of like, and this is why product testing, this is why this product's not even available yet, because I need to accurately, like I talked about, I need to accurately write the descriptions. And so if it's not a 100% touchless wash, or if your car's excessively dirty, you may have to actually agitate and use a mitt. Kind of that's what I'm learning. So to me, this did not hit it as a touchless wash on this car. But again, now I have to go back and like, okay, I like it as a rinseless, I like it as a waterless, I like that it browns the tires, but why did it not seem to clean the paint as much? I have no idea, to be honest, and I'm just trying to be honest, and that's what's part of the fun of developing these products in real time, is being like, hey, it didn't work in this situation. That may be okay. It may be okay that it didn't work as a completely touchless wash in this one situation, because maybe it being able to be used as a rinseless and a waterless and a browning of the tires outweighs that need to be a touchless. Also, my hands, I didn't wear gloves, but my hands are not dried out at all. They actually feel like I just put lotion on, right? So there's that too. So what I wanted to do though is on this back panel, just use it as a rinseless and see how much better it is, or how much cleaner this panel looks. So again, because that's what's conflicting me too, is we're getting the dirt off the surface when we agitate or use a sponge. Let's see if we can get that off of there too. So the sponge is able to clear out and clean out, which is ideal for a rinseless wash. So you can see it a little soapy. Okay, figure out my towel situation here. So the sponge is picking up a lot, at least in that situation. Again, I'm gonna flip to a cleaner side, but we're not getting a ton of dirt coming off into the towel, which is actually great. That was one thing. Now that's underneath the car now, so we are still getting a little bit of dirt there. But I'm also not getting any streaking, I'm not getting any residue. It's like, it's done. That was the first towel, the first wipe too. So what I would always do is come back through after I hit it with the initial dry. So there's virtually nothing on the panel. So again, this is super interesting because there's attributes about it that I really like that I didn't see in other rinseless washes. When I'd use O&R, it would be a little streaky. The panel wouldn't seem super clean. I do want this soap to be a little bit more of a touchless, but if I need to angle it more to be a touch it less and get all the attributes, like this is a really good rinseless wash, really good waterless wash. If you're getting that much dirt onto the sponge and then it's releasing in the solution, that's a really good rinseless wash. And when we look at the panel now, it looks super clean. So, especially when you compare it to the front door and the back door, again, so these are the decisions and this is why I'm doing it. Maybe you guys can help me out here. Like, where is our give and take? What would you rather see? Would you rather have it be able to be a rinseless wash, be a waterless wash, be kind of a tire cleaner? Or is it more important for it to be a 100% touchless wash and not get some of those other attributes? I guess that's what I'm kind of mulling over in my head right now, because it's a really good rinseless wash. It's making my hands feel like butter, which is nice. So yeah, I don't know. I'm a little conflicted. What I do know is we're gonna have to do yet another video. And so I think, again, we're playing in the last few percentages here, but we have time. There's no rush to develop this product. There's no rush to bring this product to market. I wanna make sure it's accurate. I wanna make sure it's different. And I wanna make sure that I accurately depict what the product is and what it is not. So then I can also troubleshoot when people have problems or not getting the desired results they want. So let me know what you think in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts, again, on that give and take. I really like this stuff as a waterless wash, rinseless wash. Maybe we have a couple products here and I don't know, or the base of a couple products. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see that future video. And if you're interested in the products that are already tried and true and been tested, you could head over to jimbosdetailing.com or Amazon. I'll link both of them below. Yeah. Catch you guys on the next one. See ya. So as I'm kind of finishing up the car here, I had this thought of like, you know, the testers did good. The soap has been so good on my own car. And then it worked really well on the flat panels just now, but not super great on the vertical panels. And as me and Bryant were just talking about it, he's like, man, it's been months since I cleaned my car. It's gone through a dozen rainstorms. And I'm like, you know, I think, and this is just a hypothesis that I'm thinking out loud, is that the road grime on a car is just really difficult to get off the car, right? And so I could put a disclaimer in the soap of like, hey, if it's been months and you haven't washed your car in months and you have heavy road grime, you're gonna have to use a mitt, right? And so I think that's okay. I'm not saying this is the final sample. I'm not trying to make an excuse or anything like that. I'm just thinking not everything is gonna work in every situation. I already did that panel, right? Not everything is gonna work in every situation, and I'm okay with that. I just need to know as many situations as possible so I could put disclaimers. So it's just something I wanna add into the video of like, if your car hasn't been washed in 3 or 4 months and you've gone through a dozen rainstorms, you might have to put more effort into it, a little bit at least. But then I think, okay, at that, what is the least amount of effort we could put into it? Which you could argue, maybe you just do a rinseless wash on your car then. I don't know, just something I wanted to add into the video.